Passion for the people has also led her to engage the people at grassroots areas, constantly to fill all the needs in every ward, a move that has been misinterpreted by the MCAs as overshadowing their presence in their areas. However, she has compromised this style upon a request of MCAs in a mediation meeting she undertook with the chairperson of the Council of Governors with a view of giving chance to dialogue with the MCAs. Since she was elected into office, the governor has struck a collaborative style of leadership. Contrary to what has been said in the impeachment motion, the governor has indeed embraced a collaborative style of leadership, working with all stakeholders and leaders in the county, contrary to the false narrative run in the impeachment motion that she works in isolation. She has made tremendous efforts, humanly possible, to engage the elected leaders in Meru County, but they have turned down our requests time and again. She has regard of all elected leaders.
Turned out to be what? They have turned out to be what?
They have turned down her request.
Oh, okay.
Yes. She has regard for all elected leaders, and the evidence to be presented will demonstrate this. In bringing the leaders of Meru to work together, the governor has sought a consultative forum from the MCAs, which has been snubbed. She has also followed up on the request of MCAs, including a demand that her husband ceases to attend official public functions. If you note, honorable members, the spouse of the governor has not made any public appearance from 26th October. That was based on a demand by MCAs, and the governor went out of her way to ensure that indeed she has cautioned her husband to stay out of the limelight, if indeed that was the problem with the MCAs. The members of the County Assembly have, however, been impatient and uncooperative in many ways, mainly putting demands that extend to an overreach of their mandate and a desire to usurp the functions of the governor. The MCAs have constantly, openly said that the governor must listen to their demands before they can do their work in the County Assembly. It is in the law that she should make a maiden address in the County Assembly. You will realize that one of the charges, honorable members, is that the governor tried to force her way into the County Assembly. The maiden address by the governor is a statutory requirement, and indeed, the Speaker of the County Assembly of Meru gazetted that day when the governor was supposed to appear before them and address them on that issue. The governor, in that invitation and pursuant to that gazette notice, appeared before the County Assembly, and to her shock, the County Assembly doors were locked. However, she was still ushered in later by the Speaker of the National Assembly. The Speaker of the National Assembly ushered her into the podium to deliver her maiden speech, which she did, but the moment she rose to do that, members of the County Assembly walked out on her. How can they accuse her of then making a forceful entry into an assembly when that very day was gazetted and an invitation sent to her? There was no gazettement of that day. There was no cancellation of the invitation. Yet the members of the assembly will come now and tell you that indeed the governor forcibly entered into the County Assembly. Honorable Chair and the honorable members, the governor has been a primary target and a recipient of the gory and ugly actions that she has been accused of perpetrating on other leaders of our beloved county of Meru. There is no single evidence from any of the elected leaders in Meru, be it the senator, be it the cabinet secretary, that has come out to claim that they have been disrespected by the governor. There is no single affidavit produced in support of that allegation, and therefore we are inclined to say that indeed this is a creation by the MCAs and that other leaders in the Meru County are in good working relations with the governor. Indeed, honorable members and chair, you will find a letter by the governor herself inviting all elected leaders, including MPs, senators, MCAs, for a consultative meeting at the official residence of the governor. None of the leaders appeared. If indeed the governor was not keen in working with other leaders, why would she officially invite them to a consultative meeting? Why would they snap that meeting? Who has the problem? Is it the governor or the MCAs? Honorable members, we are happy that the law grants the governor this chance to demonstrate our innocence before you after being victimized in a political process of impeachment conducted by the County Assembly of Meru. As we answer to the impeachment motion in the course of this hearing, we shall be able to demonstrate, one, that the impeachment motion introduced, debated, and passed in the County Assembly of Meru was unjustified, and the sole motivation was the personal interests of few at the expense of service delivery of the people of Meru. The impeachment motion, debated, passed by the County Assembly of Meru, did not meet the threshold on the grounds for removal as envisaged under Article 181 and Section 33 of the County Government Act. The mover of the motion did not provide any evidence, just like before this tribunal, of any value in support of the motion, apart from very sentimental quotations and assertions. The purported public participation in support of the motion for impeachment was a sham, a creation and imagination of the mover of the motion without any public approval in affront to the Constitution. We shall demonstrate how low the County Assembly went in desperation to tick the box of public participation. Citizens who supported the governor and desired the motion defeated were beaten, harassed, insulted, and violently chased away from the grounds when the sham public participation was being managed. Suffice to note, honorable members, that the public participation exercise was being spearheaded by the very MCAs who are the accusers in this motion. Mr. Chairman and honorable members, the governor has been accused of failing to work with other leaders in the County Assembly. At the end of the hearing, we will demonstrate that the allegations against the governor in the impeachment motion have not been substantiated as required in law. You will get a chance to peruse the documentary affidavits and evidence that we have tendered. You will hear the governor's witnesses and the team of advocates that will be able to demonstrate this fact. In conclusion, you discover that the following evidence to be presented is watertight. One is that this is a case of impeachment being used to coerce to settle political scores. The MCAs were forced, threatened, and coerced to vote in favor of the motion to an extent that 2 members were de-whipped from their committees. We shall demonstrate why the nominated members had everything to lose by not supporting the motion. The governor is a victim of blackmail and an easy target by the County Assembly for being independent against a united minority and majority sides of the County Assembly. The main issue that triggered the filing of this impeachment motion is the demand, and we say the demand for ward fund by MCAs, and all other allegations are peripheral to that allegation. We have evidence to that effect. The impeachment is not approved by the voters of Meru County, contrary to the impression created by the shambolic public participation exercise. The question that begs an answer is whether this motion is supporting the will of the people or against the will of the people of Meru. We submit that this is a case of abuse of power, where, again, MCAs are using impeachment as a weapon as opposed to a tool for oversight. The allegations cited in the impeachment motion cannot form a threshold for impeachment and are full of outright falsehood and political statements taken out of context with no evidence of violation of the law. At the end of this hearing, we urge the Senate to find that the allegations cited for impeachment have not been substantiated as required under Article 181 and Section 33 of the County Governments Act. The process did not comply with the law, and the same cannot be sustained by the Senate. Honorable members, I respectively beg to sit down unless you have any questions for me. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You have kept time, and just like we did in the other case, maybe, yes, Esther, somebody has something to say?
Yes, thank